Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Ho, 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 and we're still taking part in the 12 days of Christmas. Now, one of the evenings I did an artificial wreath. Couldn't believe how many of you absolutely loved it. So the bases that I used came in two sizes, and this was the smaller one. So I'm going to show you how to turn this into more of a table center rather than a door wreath. Okay, so I fluffed it all up. It all came flattened. It was in the box. I have my pine cones wired, and what I'm doing, similar to what I did the other night, so I'll go through this one really fast, okay, is I'm wrapping the wire, where is my bit of wire there, wrapping the wire onto the stems of spruce, okay, I'm after taking that one off altogether. There you go, all rushed there, and everything goes around on your right. So action replay, start again. So get your cone, wrap it onto your spruce, cut off this bit of surplus wire that's left, and then you can maneuver it around. So I'm going to work my way around the table base here and just adding this in. Now, as I'm calling it a table base, it actually is a wreath for a door, but it also could be used as a wreath for a grave. But I just feel it would work well as a table centre, and it's so easy, so cheap, and so fast to decorate it up. So you can see I'm just turning it around on the table, onto some of the sprigs. I'm wiring on some of the pine cones, and I'll go back afterwards and I'll give it a little bit of a fix and position of where I want them to go. Get out you, I don't want you in there yet. Just one stem. There we go. Wrap it around, cut off the little bit of wire that's left over, and now I'm just going to go back and maneuver the pine cones to go where I want them to go. There was some pine cones already as part of this base, so this is what it's looking like so far. Now I'm going to put pine cones around the kind of the middle outside area of it, okay? So using the same technique, kind of down here, resting the wire, cutting off what's left. I'll fix them in a minute. Resting the wire, cutting off what's left. And I just kind of find it's faster to just keep doing this, turning it around the table as you're doing it, and rather than every time you stop, you know, that way, trying to fix the pine cone or the item that you actually put in that minute. So I'm just turning it around, so in case anyone is screaming and saying that cone is facing the wrong way, I know it is. I'll go back in a second and I'll fix it. So if anyone has any questions, or again, anything that you'd like us to demonstrate over these 12 days of Christmas, let me know in the comments. And again, if you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, let me know in the comments. And if I don't respond to you now during the live, I will respond to you later on. Now, we are getting near the end, and we're still offering our giveaway. So our giveaway is our free mini online Christmas program that we're offering to a couple of our followers each evening. We're normally picking 3, some evenings we pick more. We're picking 3 followers, and you're given 3 options of how you can participate and be in with a chance of actually winning the prize. So the 3 ways of winning the prize is just say pick me in the comments there, and we'll randomly pick someone. And more than likely at the end of this demonstration, Deirdre will go through the comments. She'll pick somebody who said pick me, and she'll give you the details how you can claim your prize. Another way that you can win the prize is actually share the video. And we do ask people, like, you know what I mean, to share our videos as much as you possibly can. It makes a big difference to our interaction, but also to the analytics on Facebook and on Instagram as well. So again, if you share our video, share it to your own page, it'll be great. And again, let us know in the comments that you have shared the video. Now, I'm happy enough with the amount of cones that I put in there. So I'm now just going to turn it around on the table, back over there, and fix the cones into place. So you can see there just the difference a couple of pine cones will make to an actual base. And again, a very inexpensive way of decorating it and making it look that little bit different. The next thing I have is a couple of lotus heads. And because I'm getting near the end of my material, the lotus heads are all real small ones that's left. I always find that you're probably the same yourself, is that you naturally pick up all the bigger items first and you use them, and then you kind of get to your last day or the last few items that you want to make, and you see that everything that you've left over, even the pine cones, I find it's all the smaller pine cones that are left in the bag. We've naturally used all the bigger pine cones at this stage. So I have 5 or 6 of these lotus heads. I'm just winding them onto the spruce, and then you can see I'm just giving them a little bit of a fix around just to put them in place. Again, no particular pattern or system, just randomly turning it around. These bases are so easy, they're so easy to decorate. And again, I'll just hold it up just so that you can see it. And it would make a beautiful door wreath, you know, or again, a grave wreath. Next I have a couple of our cinnamon sticks. I already have these wired, so I'm just going along now, adding in a cinnamon stick here and there, as many of them as you want. Again, I'm getting near the end. The couple that's in the end of the container there are nearly the ones that I couldn't wire, you know, that I seem to have a problem with, and they were breaking and cracking, and I kind of screwed them back into the container, and more than likely they'll probably be still there next year. I probably won't bother. How's everybody getting on? How are the orders coming in? Have you all got your own door wreath made at this stage? I've given you plenty of choices, plenty of options and plenty of ideas of decorating them. I'd love to see some photographs of the door wreaths hanging on the door. Why don't you pop over to the Flowery Fun group and post some photographs of your whole door with your door wreath on it. Maybe we'll use the hashtag inspired by Janette. What do you think? Or 12 days of Christmas. Put a little hashtag on it and we'll find it. It'll be good to see. I think one more cinnamon stick in here. Let me see, finding a little bit of a spruce. Because this is smaller, obviously there's less branches, so I need to make sure that I don't run out. So there we go there with our cinnamon sticks. So a couple of cinnamon sticks, a couple of lotus heads, and a good few pine cones. And the last thing I want to add in and out through it now is our orange slices. So again, have all these wired, just resting them against the spruce base, twisting it around and cutting off the surplus. Again, just pick one there, wind the wire around it, cut off what's left over, and you can't even see the wires. Like that was like lots of questions on the artificial wreath the other evening. Can you see the wires? Definitely not. Because the wires are green coated, these are 20 gauge wires, they're green coated, they're kind of like a green lamination on them, and you can't see them, and they're not going to go rusty either. I'll pick out all them bits of wires in a few minutes. Now a few around the centre, I'm going to put a few more now, kind of around the middle area, and then kind of around the end part as well. Now the great thing about this artificial, I'm making it as a table arrangement, this artificial table arrangement, it can be put up in the Christmas tree, put up in the attic with the Christmas tree, and it can be brought down next year and it'll be absolutely fine. Especially if it's kept indoors and that the dried fruits stay dehydrated. What you'll often find with the dried fruits is that if they are outdoor on a grave, and I used them outdoor on a grave, or outdoor on your whole door, and I use mine on my whole door, they will start to go soft and they will start to get hydrated again. That's life. There's nothing that you can do about it. If you have a problem with it, don't put them in, you know, that sort of way. But everybody loves them. Just accept that that is going to happen. So if you were to make an artificial wreath and put the fruit slices on, like what I have done there, okay, and then you put it outside and the fruit got wet, and then you brought it back in again and you said, oh, I'll stick it up in the attic, the fruit will probably go mildewed on you. So you need to keep them dry if you are planning on reusing this next year, you know what I mean, as a sample. Now we buy in the fruit slices wired up already. I buy them in from a company called Wicklow Foliage Farm.
You don't buy them wired in.
Sorry?
You don't buy them wired.
No, did I just say that?
Yeah,
Dried.
you did dried. Okay,
Oh,
you said
sorry.
wired.
Alright. Right, sorry. We buy the... Now she's got to put me off. We buy in the orange slices dried already, is what I meant to say. But you can dry them out yourself. And for anybody drying them out themselves, and they kind of want to make them a little bit more permanent, you can actually buy a spray varnish. So if you spray them with the spray varnish, or you can get it in a paintbrush as well, a paint tin and a brush, and paint the clear varnish onto them, it does actually preserve them and it makes them last forever and ever. But there's a bit of work now. It's bad enough, you know, that way wiring them without having to get in and actually paint them as well. So a couple of orange slices going through there. Again, just letting you see what that looks like. The last thing now is a couple of the whole oranges. Now these are quite heavy, and I found that I'm better off like keeping them nearer the end, okay? So I'm just going to put a few of them through. Again, it's just for a little bit of texture. Do like them, love the scent of them, and the same rules apply that I've talked about there with the orange slices The dried whole oranges, exactly the same. If they do get moist, they will actually start to hydrate again, and they will go a little bit soft. Now the thing is, I'm going to pick a small one. I have used, I have had whole fruits or fruit slices left from year to year, and they're absolutely fine because I just keep them in a cardboard box. And once there's no moistness, you know what I mean, they're absolutely fine. Now people have said to me that theirs have went soft, but normally that's a sign that the moisture has got at them. So if you got a leak up in your attic, you know, that way, or your water tank up in the attic. So kind of like keep any of these things in mind. But as I said, we store them, you know what I mean, from year to year if we have any left over, and there normally isn't a problem. So just going to add in, I think, one more over here. And to be honest, I think that could be, I have enough there. Let's see. No, do you know what? I'm actually happy enough with what I've done there. So, to turn it into a table centre, real easy. Get your candle, stand it in the centre, and there you go. There you have your table centre. But what you could also do is you could get a glass container, because it's artificial. You know, it'll move around. I don't have anything, but say like I can sit something, you see, down into the centre there, and you get like a wider container, and then you could put your candle inside it. And just when I brought that over, robins, every table centre needs a robin. So I'm just going to cut up a couple of robins here. We're just going to add a wire to the end of them, and then I'll wrap a couple of robins on around the table centre. But isn't it so easy to make? And again, like, you know what I mean, you can move it around. And if somebody decided after the Christmas dinner that they wanted to go up to the grave the following day and place the arrangement on a grave, absolutely, there you have your grave arrangement. So a little bit of manoeuvring around here, wrap our robin onto the spruce, cut our wire off, and there you go, just turn that around there that you can kind of see a robin over there. I'm going to put a robin on this side of the table. It's always nice when you're eating your dinner to have a robin looking at you. Bad enough the dog begging, and now we have the robins begging, looking at you. So I'm putting the 3 robins, and I know I've said this before, people say when there's more than one robin that they fight. But these are all well-trained robins, no fighting with these ones. They're well-trained, they're like my kids. They know better, they know I'll kill them. So there we go, there's our table centre with our 3 robins just going around. Obviously the candle won't move, so I have to keep turning it around. Hope you enjoyed that class. Remember to join us at 7 AM in the morning for our 12 Days of Christmas top tips for business, and also top tricks for anybody starting off at home, learning about mechanics and techniques. And join us in the evening time, 7 PM every evening for the 12 Days of Christmas for a free demonstration class. If you need any advice on classes, what classes to do, or what grants are available, whether you're unemployed, employed, there is funding available for everybody. Drop me an email, info@caseflowerschool.com. Thanks a million for joining us.